Straight Country and Blues is proud to present Roy Bookbinder.
Hubba dubba. Thank you very much. Well, I went down to a big crap game, and it certainly was against my will. I lost every gosh darn nickel I had, but a greenback dollar bill. A $40 bet was laying on the floor. My buddy's point, it was 9. When the police come, well, they grabbed all of us. Ooh, but I got mine. Yep, I got mine. I got mine. I got it all, that good sport. I've been shooting dice all the time. Some of them boys got 30 days, whilst others, they got 9. When I brought those stripes in the very next morning, I got mine. Let me tell you about a turkey feed. You know, the dinner, it was certainly fine. About 15 minutes before the table was set, all the jolly bugs fell in line. When they brought those gobblers out, the rascals I did shine. Well, you can talk about a rascal, I grabbed right in, and I got mine. Yup, I got mine. I got mine. I grabbed that gobbler right by his wing, and at the back door I went flying. Tried to make it to a hiding place I knew, but I never got there in time. A rascal grabbed me right by the collar, and I got mine. Let me tell you about a barber shop right here on Old Walker Street. The onlyest place on any Saturday night that the gambling men do meet. Well, some of them will come for a haircut, and others come for a scrap. See, me and my buddies going up that way. We're gonna mean to shoot some craps. Gonna holler now, 7, 11, won't you come, come, come. If you don't 7-11, die some done, done, done. If I see the police before that he sees me, I'm gonna run, run, run. 'Cause I'm the leader of the high society, folks says I got mine. I went to my very best gal's house in an hour, it was just about 9. I wasn't dressed up exactly like old Clark Gable, looking mighty fine. I caught her sitting in another rascal's lap, and I did not like that sign. Well, I told that rascal what I thought about him. Ooh, I got mine. I got mine. Thank you. That's an old song I've been doing for many years. I got that from an old man named Pink Anderson in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Pink Anderson played right here in Binghamton one time. The world famous tour I dragged him out on. I met Pink Anderson in Spartanburg, South Carolina. He could not comprehend that anybody still played this kind of music. I was sitting on his porch when he came home from the dry cleaners. His wife, or the lady he lived with, told me I could wait on the porch. She was about 80. Couldn't come in, she didn't trust me. After a while, about 2 hours, Pink Anderson came down the street, an old man with dry cleaning. I walked up to him, I said, "You must be Pink Anderson." He said, "How'd you know that?" I said, "Well, you coming down the dead end street and you got dry cleaning and you're old man. The lady said you were at the dry cleaner." He thought I was very clever. Well educated. He said, "Is that you singing my song on my porch when I came up around the corner?" I said, "Yes, it was." He said, "How did you like that?" I wondered about that up on the corner, because before I came around the corner, I heard the guitar. And I said to myself, whoa, if I'm coming home from the dry cleaners, you were singing my song on my porch. Is that the way it's to be understood? I said, "Yes, sir, that's it." He said, "You know, after I come around the corner, I stopped again, and I said to myself, whoa, even if I wasn't at the dry cleaners, you know, I got arthritis in my right hand and don't pick a guitar anymore." And I wondered who was singing and picking my song up around my house. "And that was you?" I said, "Yes, sir, that was me." He said, "You know, because if I wasn't coming home from the dry cleaners and if I didn't have the arthritis, I broke an E string Christmas of '61, never fixed it. And you're singing my songs?" "Right." He said, "What in the world are you singing them old songs for anyways?" I said, "I love them old songs, Mr. Pink." He said, "You do?" I said, "Yes, sir." I said, "And they pay me to sing them songs?" He said, "They don't." I said, "Not a great deal, but we're working on that." I spent a nice time with Mr. Pink, and he told me at the end of the weekend, "Roy," I said, "Pink," he said, "all them old songs of mine that you can almost play?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I'm giving them to you. They're yours now." He said, "You just tell people that old Pink Anderson used to play the guitar and sing them songs. They got too old." So I'd like you to do one of my early hits now. That's one Mr. Pink recorded in 1927 on Columbia Records with his good dear friend Blind Simmy Dooley, who passed on in 1949. The record on Columbia is one of 2 records that they put out that year, and it became very rare, valuable collector's items. I recorded the same song in 1976 on the famous Blue Goose label, and it too is a rare collector's item. I don't know how valuable it is, but we got a few of them at the concession stand back over in that direction that you can purchase on your way out. This one called the CC&O Blues. Well, if you didn't want me, why didn't you tell me so? If you didn't want me, why didn't you tell me so? Well, I won't be hanging around your door no more. CC&O is the best train or to ride. CC&O is the best train or to ride. It's a train to ride. Pacify your mind. Well, I'm going up the country and my time ain't long. Going up the country and my time ain't long. Going up the country, mama, count them days I'm gone. Ride the seaboard, either ride the blind. Gonna ride that seaboard, either ride the blind. I'm gonna ride that train, call that CC line. know that my mama told me, and so did father too. Mama told me, and so did father too. Don't let that CCNO, son, be the death of you. And I wonder where that engineer is going. I wonder where that engineer is going. I feel like a riding hippies all night long. Thank you very much. I was working in Orlando, Florida, not too far from Disney World. A place called the Great Southern Music Hall. I think that's what it's called. And I was doing a show there with Delbert McClinton and his band. And before the show started, I went out in front of the theater to take pictures of my name up in lights. And I looked down the street while I was making these photographs with my Instamatic, and I saw an old blind man coming down the street, and I thought to myself, wouldn't that be something if that was Blind Blake, Jacksonville's most famous guitar player? See, Blind Blake used to play in Jacksonville in the 20s and sometimes on the West Coast, which isn't too far away, in St. Petersburg and Tampa. In 1927 or 28, he was lured away to Chicago to make records, to seek fame and fortune. He went up there, recorded over 100 tunes, some with little jazz groups, some solo, some backing up classic female blues singers. And about 1932, he disappeared. Nobody in Chicago knows what happened to him. There's no record of his death. I always figured he must have gone back to Florida because, you know, if you're up in Chicago, it's a heck of a place to disappear. And every winter I get back to Florida, where I call home, and I look around for Blind Blake. So here I was playing this theater, and I see this old blind man coming down the street, and as he got close, I noticed he had a guitar hanging from his back. I said, Lord have mercy, what am I going to do with him now? As I got close, I reached out to attract his attention, and I missed him. He was moving along with a good clip. I chased after him, tapped him on the back, and he spun himself right around and pointed himself where I was. And that was the moment of truth. I didn't want to say the wrong thing, which might be easy to say. Sometimes I'll be in the airport with 2 guitars in a suitcase, and people look at them guitars, they'll look at me, and they'll look at the suitcase, and finally someone will come over and say, do you play guitar? Well, nobody was going to catch me saying that to Blind Blake. I said, excuse me, sir, I also pick a guitar. He said, do you? Now, this man had to be over 80 years old. Everything was right. He was blind and everything. Had the guitar hanging from his back. He says, what kind of music do you play on your guitar? Well, I was so proud I almost couldn't get it out. I said, remember back in 1923, 24, the fellows used to play in Jacksonville and sometimes over on the West Coast, them old country blues? He said, no. I said, that's what I'll play. I said, what kind of music do you play on your guitar? I was ready. Here it comes, Blind Blake, right there on Main Street. He says to me, I said to myself this morning, Ferdinando, when I got this guitar on the pawn shop, you ought to play them blues like the boys used to play in Jacksonville, 1921, 22, and sometimes over in Tampa. And say, I said, you mean you don't play the guitar? He said, oh, I intend to. He said, do you have a few minutes? Maybe you could show me one of them old things. I looked around for eyewitnesses. This is a total reversal of what they call a folk music process. There I am in downtown Orlando teaching an old blind black man how to play the blues. And he couldn't get it. No way. I invited him to the show. I said, we're standing in front of the movie theater here, and there's a concert. You could come in and catch my show as my guest. He said, oh, I wished I could, but I got a date. 81 years old. So he missed this song. I tried to show it to him. During the intermission at the show there, I was up there in the dressing room with Delbert McClinton and his band, eating hors d'oeuvres and drinking wine. And I told them a little story of the man I met out in front of the theater. And they all listened and chuckled a little bit. The bass player was killing himself, slapping his side. I was looking to see what kind of cigarettes he was smoking. I said, it's not that funny. He said, think about it. I said, what do you mean, think about it? He said, that probably was Blind Blake, and he's going to get more laughs telling that story than you ever will, son. So here's one in that old Florida style that Blind Blake used to play. Well, I met a gal at a cabaret, and she said, "Pretty Papa, are you going my way?" Well, she was mad to know what it was all about. Took me home just to kick me out. Well, she broke my nose and split my chin. Said she didn't want me hanging around again. She chased me out through the kitchen into the hall, beat me with a chair till my head got sore. I said, "That'll never happen no more. That'll never happen. Never happen no more." I said, "A nickel is a nickel and a dime is a dime. Got a house full of children, but none of them mine. That'll never happen no more." Well, now I live in Chicago in the winter and fall, and told me to wear my overalls. I got broke. It was my fault. I was used to eating pork chops without no salt. Then I met a little gal. She had a big mink coat, a Cadillac car, and even a 40-foot boat. She pulled a gun and she took my dough, but I didn't holler. I didn't get so. I said, "That'll never happen. That'll never happen no more. That'll never happen no more. Never happen no more. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. I have me a sweet little woman that I never could trust." Well, I went to a party last Saturday night. Got into drinking, I was feeling alright. Well, I lit me up a reef and I smoked some gin. I was sitting back waiting for the fun to begin. Little pretty mama, she come up on me. She said, "Hey, Roy, Daddy, let's." I woke up next morning in an empty bed. Pocket there was empty and a pain in my head saying, "That'll never happen no more. Yeah, that'll never happen no more. That'll never." Well, I was out on my wagon trying to sell some coal, and my good gal's round the corner selling jelly roll. That'll never happen no more. That'll never happen no more. Thank you. Everybody's talking about the hunky-tunky blues. Good God Almighty, don't know what to do. So good God Almighty, don't know what I'm gonna have to do. Love you, baby, love your husband too. Have to love your husband, get to spend some time near you. He don't allow nobody else to fooling around his house all day. You know that he don't allow no one fooling around his house all day. Well, now the woman that I'm loving, she's them 5 foot from the ground. Tailor-made woman, girls no hand me down. Well, the woman that I'm loving, stand 5 foot from the ground. Tailor-made woman, girl don't hand me down. My mama told me, Papa told me too, don't let this barrel house and women be the death of you. My mama told me, I said, my papa told me too. Don't let this barrel house women be the death of you. Mama tell your papa, papa tell your sister, sister tell your auntie, auntie better tell your friend. Well, I'm going up the country, Mama, don't you wanna go? Yes, I'm going up the country. Everybody's talking about that honky-tonky blues. Good God almighty, don't know what I'm gonna do. I said that everybody's talking about the honky-tonky blues. Said now, good God almighty, don't know what I'm gonna have to do. Yeah, I love you, baby, had to love your husband too. To love your husband, Mama, get to spend some time near you. He don't allow nobody fooling around his house all day. I said that he don't allow no one fooling around his house all day. Thank you. I learned a lot of good songs from an old man in New York City named Reverend Gary Davis. Met Reverend Gary Davis. I was going to school on the GI Bill. I give up $100 a month to tour with the old man. What a sacrifice. One time we were in Reverend Davis's cellar. He had a nice little house. Reverend Davis was from Greenville, South Carolina. And then he sang on the streets of New York from 1940 till about 1960 when Peter, Paul, and Mary recorded If I Had My Way. Reverend Davis retired from street singing at that point, living off royalties and concert engagements, and built a house out in Long Island where Sister Davis still lives, a little house. We refer to it as the house that Peter, Paul, and Mary built. There we used to hang out in the cellar there, and Reverend Davis, of course, being a reverend, mostly sang spirituals, but we'd be down that cellar, and I said, Reverend Davis, why don't you teach me some old early song from back before when you got religion? And we'd get into it pretty good, and then Sister Davis, you'd hear her coming down the steps with dirty laundry for her washing machine, and Reverend Davis switch into old-time religion like that. I learned that a preacher does not sing the blues in his own house if Sister Davis is home. The day I tried to learn this song, Sister Davis knew what we were up to, and I swear she must have been rewashing clean clothes. Nobody ever gave a washing machine such a workout. She could have done a commercial for GE that day. This is one called The Hesitation Blues. Well, I ain't never been to heaven, but I've been told St. Peter's taught them angels how to jelly roll. Tell me how long must I wait? Can I get you now? Must I hesitate? Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. I'm looking for a woman that a man could trust. Tell me how long must I wait? Can I get you now? Must I hesitate? Well, I ain't no doctor, man's son. I like to work on your case till your doctor comes. Tell me how long must I wait? Say, can I get you now? Lord, or must I hesitate? Well, now I ain't no baker man's son. I like to warm your biscuits till your baker come. Tell me how long must I wait? Can I get you now, or must I hesitate? Now I ain't no plumber man's son. Right there, Sister Davis come down the steps, and Reverend Davis would never say it again. Well, I was born in the country and I was raised in town. I got the Elgin movements from my hips on down. Tell me how long must I wait? Born in Louisiana, in the middle of a swamp, I'm like a backwater frog, ready to jump. Tell me, well, now I dance with a woman that they call Sherry Red. And when I got through boogieing, the fool fell dead. Tell me, how long must I wait? Say, can I get you now? Lord, or must I hesitate? An old song, it's interesting, blues songs, you know, Rory was talking about how they can be happy blues songs and sad blues songs and all that. I'd like to first say what a great pleasure it's been for me to work with Rory again and hear her play and sing. She's an incredible artist. And this is kind of a happy blues with it's kind of a historical blues, you know, like a historical novel. I heard about this song, and I was over in England on tour, and I figured I'd research the song. You're supposed to do those things and learn about it. It was about the King of England. And I didn't get much research accomplished because they drink so much over there. But when I got home to Tampa, Florida, I was in my regular parking place behind the condominiums there. They let me park next to the boats people have with my motorhome. And on educational TV, I caught the whole story of the King of England and Mrs. Simpson, which the song was written about. And I found out, I missed a few episodes, but the general idea was that the King of England was involved with Mrs. Simpson, who he was not married to. And the powers above, the King of England, I never thought there was powers above, but I guess the church, I don't know. I missed that episode. They told him, you either have to stop your involvement with Mrs. Simpson or you can't be the King of England, and took off the crown. Gave it away. That was heavy business. Blind Willie McTell was down in Atlanta, Georgia in 1936 when that happened. He was playing for tips in the parking lot of a Piggly Wiggly supermarket. During a break, he heard it on his radio, what happened on the news, and he thought that was heavy duty, and he wrote a song, called it Baby, It Must Be Love. Or the King Edward Blues. Tell me, honey, tell me, please, is my lover hard to please? Said I'm getting groggy in my knees. Baby, it must be love. Well, I don't like little suits and ties, 'cause they don't never seem to harmonize. Well, they don't match your big brown eyes. Baby, it must be love. I hear them church bells ringing, see them visions clear. I hear them birdies singing, good word, there ain't no birdies near. So tell me, honey, tell me please, is my lover hard to please? I'm getting groggy in my knees. Baby, it must be love. Well, I don't like your little suits and ties, 'cause they don't never seem to harmonize. And they don't match your big brown eyes. Baby, it must be love. Well, I'm on the feeling oozing up and down my spine, to my head like sherry wine. Make me think that the world's all mine. Baby, it must be love. Tell me, honey, now tell me, please, is my lover hard to please? Well, I'm getting groggy in my knees. Baby, it must be love. Rich man, a poor man, a beggar man, king, make you give up everything every time that you feel that sting. Baby, it must be love. I hear the church bells ringing, see them visions clear. I hear them birdies singing, good word to Reno. Well, tell me, honey, tell me please, is my lover hard to please? I'm getting groggy in my knees. Baby, it must be love. You know what made a preacher put his Bible down? Made a little rabbit wanna hug a hound. Made King Edward give up his crown. Baby, it must, baby, I said, baby, it must be love. Wanted to take my gal to a social dance. I didn't have me no seat in my pants. She give me $4 and she brought me in. I took the money and I bought me some gin. The gin done it. Whoa, doggone it, said the gin made a fool out of me. Made a fool out of me. I tore my hair, I walked the streets. I wanted to whoop everybody that I did meet. Long come Billy, my good friend. Oh, well, I whooped him bad until it was a sin. I said, gin done it. Whoa, doggone it, gin made a fool out of. You know the gin made a fool out of me. Now I went to the church to do the holy roll. I grabbed the sister just to comfort her soul. 2 minutes later, when the preacher walked in, she stopped rolling with me. She started rolling with me. Said, gin done it. Whoa, doggone it. Made a fool out of gin. The gin made a fool out of me. Went to a crap game, and to my disgrace, you know I run everybody right out of that place. The dice, they was loaded and it made me sore. I left them hustlers lying dead on the floor. I said, the gin done it. Whoa, doggone, I said the gin made a fool out of gin. Made a fool out of me. Now I took my cow to see the doctor man, because there was one thing about her I just couldn't understand. Milked her good, it's about 10:30. She didn't give me nothing but a bucket of gin. I said, gin done it. whoa, doggone it. The gin made a fool out of gin. Made a fool out of me. Now I went downtown. It was about 4:30, and I stole 2 pork chops from the butcher man's store. Locked me up in a judge, he said, Roy, it takes 6 months just to clear up your head. I said, have mercy, your honor, it wasn't my fault. I said, the gin made a fool, yes, the gin made a fool out of me. Thank you. Thank you. A lot of good songs written about drinking gin. I'd like to do another one. This one here by the late, great Bo Carter from Mississippi. Old Nasty Bo. Bo Carter wrote and recorded over 300 songs about the women he knew. He's often referred to as the master of the single entendre. Wrote such classic songs as Banana in Your Fruit Basket, Mama, Blues. Oh, he had a repertoire. That boy had a mouth, Lord, Lord. This one called Let's Get Drunk Again. I got the whiskey, you got the gin. Got the whiskey, you got the gin. Come on, baby, let's drink and get drunk again. Hey, whiskey, what you say, gin? Hey, whiskey, what you say, gin? So come on, baby, let's drink and get drunk again. It don't make no difference how drunk you might be, because you don't hold back, baby, from loving me. Said that I got the whiskey and you got the gin. I got the whiskey. Come on, baby, let's drink and get drunk again. Washboard and you got the tub. I got the washboard and you got the tub. So come on, baby, let's rub-a-dub-a. Hey, washboard, what you say? Hey, washboard, what you say? So come on, baby, let's rub-a-dub-a, rub-a-dub-dub. It don't make no difference how tired you might be, because you don't hold back, baby, from rubbing with me. Said I got the washboard and you got the, I got the washboard and you got the, come on, baby, let's whiskey, you got the gin, I got the whiskey. Come on, baby, that's the sing-along part, you missed it. Try again. I got the whiskey, I got the washboard in. Come on, baby, let's get drunk again. Well, I'm a rag, you know I'm a rag, I'm a ragtime millionaire. I said, now all you little people take your hats off to me, 'cause I'm a ragtime millionaire. Mr. Henry gonna send me a Ford a month. Everybody else gonna bite my dust and put a little sign on it says, "In God we trust." And I don't mean to cause no fuss. I said, now all you little people take your hats off. I'm a ragtime millionaire. Well, I'm gonna take my sweetie to a ball tonight. I'm gonna make you boys all treat her right. I'm gonna keep the girl else's have her tonight. And I don't mean to cause no fights. All you people take your hats off to me. I'm a ragtime millionaire. Yes, I'm a rag. You know I'm a rag. I'm a rag. I'm a ragtime millionaire. All you people take your hats off. I'm a ragtime millionaire. Well, every tooth in my head is solid gold. I'm gonna make them boys look icy cold. I'm gonna brush my teeth with the diamond dust. Now, I don't care if the Bank of Binghamton goes bust. Take it. I'm a ragtime millionaire. Yes, I'm a rag. I'm a rag. You know I'm a rag. I'm a ragtime millionaire. Take your hat. I'm a ragtime millionaire. Ragtime. I'd like to do this one here. This, Reverend Davis's material has been recorded by lots of people, thank the Lord. And Reverend Davis, before he passed on, was doing quite well, and he had a manager and a business agent. And when he passed on, the people continued to handle the estate he left. And Sister Davis does quite well, thank goodness. And most recently, his song's been recorded, by Taj Mahal, Dave Van Ronk, The Grateful Dead, Hot Tuna, Peter, Paul, and Mary, lots of people, me. And most recently, this song was recorded by a fellow, sold 1 million or 2 copies, sold a lot of records, went platinum, I believe. And Reverend Davis's business manager flew from Santa Monica to Long Island to speak to Sister Davis. She had to sign the papers to collect the money. And it was explained to Sister Davis, who is actually in the church now called Mother Davis. She's, she's old. I don't know how old she is, but she's an old woman and a very religious lady. And it was explained to her that the young boy recorded one of B. Davis's songs, Brother Davis, as we lovingly refer to him as. And Sister Davis was very excited. And she said, which one of Reverend Davis's nice little spirituals did the boy record? Wrong. It was one of those early songs learned in the cellar. Well, Sister Davis was sharp. And Sister Davis wasn't keen to sign the papers because she thought that that music was from the olden days when she didn't even know Reverend Davis too well. And she said, that's the devil's music and the devil's money. And she's got no business taking that kind of money from a blues song. Well, when you're a West Coast manager working on 20%, you can be very convincing. But Sister Davis, finally she was convinced that yes, the Lord does work in mysterious ways. And she signed the paper. I guess he does. The song's one of Reverend Davis's most famous early songs. Jackson Browne made the hit. But he learned it from a Dave Ann Rock record. Love my whiskey, a fool for my gin. Well, love my cocaine, it's a doggone sin. Cocaine running around my brain. You take Mary and I'll take Sue. Don't seem to be much difference twixt the two. Cocaine is running around my brain. Yonder covers my baby and she's dressed in red, and the gal's got a shotgun. She's gonna shoot me dead. Cocaine running around my brain. Well, I said, come here, baby, come here quick. I think this old cocaine's about to make me sick. It's running around my brain. You know that I love my whiskey and I'm a fool for my gin. Well, I love my cocaine, it's a doggone terrible sin. Cocaine running around my brain. Said the cocaine habit is mighty bad. The worst old habit that I know that I have. Cocaine is running around my brain. I was walking up Beale Street and heading right down Main, looking for a gal I knew that used to sell cocaine. Cocaine is running around my brain. Cocaine habit's just mighty bad. Worst old habit I ever had. Cocaine is running around my brain. Love my whiskey and I'm a fool for my gin. Well, I love my cocaine, it's a doggone terrible sin. Cocaine is running around my brain. Thank you very much. Oh, there's so many hits to do. I'm already halfway into detuning, I'm afraid. Well, not quite halfway. There's an old Josh White song from the olden days when Josh White was a great blues singer. Before he got discovered by the white man, became a folk singer. It's a difference. Well, now you might say that I'm a changing fast. Good things in life, they never last. Good gal, I don't love you no more. Good gal, I don't love you no more. Well, you wonder why I treat you so. You should be the first to know. Good gal, I don't love you no more. Good gal, I don't love you no more. Well, you used to treat me, said it's so low down, like I was your old meat hound. Good gal, I don't love you no more. Good gal, I don't love you no. Remember you promised to treat me right. Thought your line staying out each night. Good gal, I don't love you no more. Good gal, treat me like your dog, but I done learned to jump from broad to broad. Good gal, tell you the fact. Got me a new gas that's tight like that. Good gal, I don't love you no more. Good gal, I don't love you no more. Well, now look here, mama, you're playing too fast. Gonna find yourself a broken yes, you good gal, I don't love you no more. Good gal, I don't love you no. Good gal. Thank you. Another interesting song that kind of exemplifies how many different things a blues song could be written about. This one here's a big hit for me right now, my latest hit in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Try to stay out of the national scene, you know. since I'm out here, baby, 'cause I'm all alone. I haven't got me nobody just to carry my smoking on. Won't you just smoke my cigarette, baby? Smoke it, mama, all night long. Roll my cigarette, baby, till you make my good old asses come. Well, I'm going up the country, get my ashes hauled. The women round this part of town won't let my ashes down. Won't you just smoke my cigarette, baby? Smoking, mama, all night long. Roll my cigarette, baby, till you make my good old ashes come. Just like 1930. Country, get my ham bone boiled, 'cause women round this part of town to let the damn thing spoil. Won't you just smoke a cigarette? Smoke it, mama, all night long. Roll my cigarette, baby, till you make my good old ashes. There's one thing that I want you to know before I go from home. My cigarette ain't too big and you know it ain't too long. Won't you just smoke my cigarette, baby? Smoke it, mama, so come on all night long. I said roll my cigarette, baby, until you make my good old asses. Till you make my good old asses come. From the pen of Bo Carter. Who was rediscovered during the folk music revival, but could no longer perform. The daring move of tuning back to Pence. Here's one back in the early days when guitar playing was the big thing. You get a guitar for $3 out of Sears Roebuck's catalog with mother of pearl inlay all over the thing. There were two schools of players around Greenville, South Carolina. Lawrence County, there were those that sang church music, spirituals on the guitars, you know, and there were those that sang the devil's music, the blues. There's a third type of player crept into the community about 1929. It was the blues singer who on Sunday would put on a nice clean checkered shirt and a green hat and go to church, sing spirituals and get what he could get. So even today it's all right being a blues singer. You get to hang out in the saloons and do what you want to do 6-7 nights a week, but it gets old. So sometimes we go to church, and hang out with different kind of people on Sunday, and it's good for a change. You never know what you can get over there. Well, this was going on, and there was one singer, his name was Joe Taggert, and he only sang spirituals, and he was very upset about these blues singers coming over on Sunday. After all, he only had one good day a week, and they were cutting into his territory, He put out this song as a warning to the good folks of Lawrence County to watch out. All these preachers ain't preachers. Some of them just after chicken thigh or leg or something they could get on Sunday. The song was a big hit. Yep. I'm getting close to the end. I'm running out of scotch. I'd like you to help me out on this little song. It's in the key of G. It's on my latest hit album. Don't forget, we do have some of our hit albums with us. We didn't forget them. We got them right back there. We even have some official Traveling Man t-shirts with us tonight. Oh, yeah. Elvis Presley passed on. I immediately got on the phone to Colonel Tom Parker. I said, Colonel Tom, you need a new boy? He said, well, I ain't got time, but the word is merchandising. Even in Las Vegas, when Elvis was the king, Colonel Tom was out there hawking glossies for a buck apiece. Amazing. Anyway, when the women in the audience, if they sing along with me when we get to it on the guitar, do you call that religion? The men will answer back, no, no. Then the men sing, do you call that religion? And the women will answer back, no. One time, very sure of themselves these days. Then the women sing, do you call that religion? Everybody sings together, no, no, it's scandalous and a shame. Goes like this. Well, now the deacon's sitting in the deacon's chair, drinking up the whiskey and beer. If you dare ask the deacon about it, well, I said the deacon says that he don't care. Do you call that religion? Do you call that religion? It's scandalous and a shame. Well, now you watch that old man, you watch him today, done throw the stick in his crutches away, telling you young men what to do, chasing young women just as fast as you. Do you call that religion? Call that religion? Do you? No, no, it's scandalous and a shame. Well, we got some men in this world, and they'll claim to be your friend. They're gonna go with you, they'll be laughing and grinning, wanna take your wife right then. Do you? No, no. Do you call that religion? No. Do you call that religion? No, no. It's scandalous and a shame. Well, now you hear that preacher preaching. He ought to be preaching mighty sweet, but the reason he don't believe in holiness, he wants to court every woman that he meets. Do you call that religion? Call that religion, do ya? It's scandalous and a shame. Come on now, I invited one to my fire, and I thought I was treating him fine. But when I turned my head around, the preacher drinking up all my wine, I said, do you call that religion? Do you call that religion? No. Scandalous and a shame. Well, now I invited one by my dining room, and I thought I was treating them swell. When I turned my head around, the priest giving my chickens hell. Call that religion? Do you call that religion? Do you? It's scandalous and a shame. What? Huh? It's scandalous and a shame. Scandalous and shame. Thank you. Most of the old blues singers are passing away now. The latest blues singer to pass on was Lightning Hopkins, a great Texas singer. Now, this is very strange, but I'm going to do a Texas song for the memory of Lightning Hopkins. It's called Kentucky Blues, by the late, great Little Hat Jones. Obscure singer, recorded 10 songs in his short career, 6 in January 1929 and 4 June the same year. Nobody ever told me anything about, what's his name, Little Hat Jones. I like to know about whose songs I'm going to do when I do other people's songs, but I never met Little Hat Jones, never met anybody that ever met him or heard of him. I was very upset not finding out. I was in Texas and I asked around, nobody heard of him. I was in Kentucky and I did the same. Very obscure blues singer. Not getting anywhere in my research, I took the academic, intellectual approach to the matter. I had a cassette recording of the 10 songs I got from a record collector, and I transcribed them from my cassette recording into my notebook, and I studied the poetic content of the 10 songs. And all I learned was Little Hat Jones was no great poet. Anyway, it's called Kentucky Blues. I'd like to thank everybody for coming down tonight. I had a really nice time. Whilst we was here, we was having some fun. The laws jumped up and said nobody run. Said long gone from Kentucky, said long gone. Got away lucky and I left Susquehanna. I be gone like a submarine. You know my woman put the head up on the windows of bed. Said don't let them kill Bookbinder dead yet. I said now don't you worry mama, cause it won't be long. I'm gonna leave you here, woman, sing your worried song. Yeah, I left Susquehanna, I be gone like a submarine. Well, now I once knowed a man that called him Austin Jack. Stopped and put the bloodhounds right on my track. You know the blinders could not catch my scent. Could not tell where the little Hattie went, because they left Susquehanna here be gone like a submarine. Yonder comes Santa face passing and flying. The old steamer reached up and grabbed the blind. Said long gone from Kentucky, said long gone. Got away lucky, I left Susquehanna, I be gone like a submarine. Play them blues. Well, I don't play the dozens, neither the tens, but if you keep on talking, gonna ease you in. Keep on talking, gonna make me mad. I'm gonna tell you about the fathers that your mother. But I don't play the dozens, I declare, man, and neither the ten. Well, I'm gonna sing this verse, ain't gonna sing no more. Said long gone from Kentucky, said I'm long gone. I got away lucky and I left Susquehanna. I'll be back in St. Antonio tonight. Yeah, I left Susquehanna, I'll be gone like a submarine. Said I left Susquehanna. Before we're done, Rory, you want to do that?